Malaysia election results 2018, we don't want revenge. Mahathir Mohamad victorious. Malaysia's election has resulted in a shock victory for 92-year-old former Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad, who said he was not looking for revenge after spearheading an opposition alliance to power. Najib Razak's ruling coalition Barisan Nasional, BN, had been expected to cling on to power, but it was ousted for the first time since the country became independent. Mr. Mahathir will now become the oldest elected leader in the world when he is sworn in as Prime Minister this week, albeit with plans to pardon and then step aside to be replaced by a former political foe. And he has promised not to seek revenge on Mr. Najib, whose popularity has plummeted since 2015 following a multi-billion-pounds corruption scandal. Mr. Mahathir said in his victory speech, "The time for change has come, and I hope the people in power realize this. We are not seeking revenge. What we want is to restore the rule of law. If anybody breaks the law, they'll be brought before the court." As of 4 a.m. local time, 9 p.m. BST, Mr. Mahathir's Pakatan Harapan, Alliance of Hope, coalition had won 112 of Parliament's 222 seats, clinching the simple majority required to rule. Mr. Najib's ruling coalition had just 79. Earlier today the Commission had warned of unconfirmed results going viral and urged Mr. Mahathir's supporters to show caution. However, the election has now been confirmed in their favor. Few had expected Mr. Mahathir to prevail against a coalition that has long relied on the support of the country's ethnic Malay majority. However, he joined forces with his one-time protege and later rival Anwar Ibrahim, and together their alliance exploited public disenchantment over the cost of living and various government scandals. Mr. Mahathir has promised to seek a royal pardon for Mr. Anwar if they win the election and, once Mr. Anwar is free, to step aside and let him become Prime Minister. This marks a huge change in heart from Mr. Mahathir, who had sacked Mr. Anwar as his deputy prime minister in 1998. Mr. Anwar was soon after jailed following charges of sodomy. Mr. Anwar was imprisoned again in 2015, when Mr. Najib was prime minister, after another sodomy charge, which he described as a politically motivated attempt to end his career.